My name is Duarte Mendonça. I'm 31 years old. I am originally from Cascais, Portugal. Not Lisbon, Cascais. Because people tend to always say Lisbon, but I'm very proud of my roots in that little village that is Cascais. My decision to move to London was merely because the opportunity to come to CNN came. Everyone that goes into journalism always dreams about working for a company like CNN. However, I mean, me coming from a small place like Portugal, I always thought I was going to work at a RTP, a SIC, one of the local, well, not local, one of the national broadcasters. And so I never imagined coming over here. And then all of a sudden I'm moving to London, like this incredible city. That was a chance of a lifetime. So yeah, I couldn't say no to that. I came over for what was meant to be 3 months, ended up being 4 months, and that translated into almost 6 years. I never really gave Portugal a shot. Since coming to CNN, I've met loads of other people who have done journalism back in Portugal, and everyone keeps saying the same thing. You were very lucky to come abroad, because in Portugal, we don't have the resources. We don't have the right mindset even to expand journalism and to do something that is evolving and interesting and just a little bit beyond, the little circuit that it is Portugal. I always compare going to work like going to uni. You go to do a bit of work, but you spend the day with your friends, so to speak. I love going there, and I owe so much to so many of the people over at CNN London that that just makes it worthwhile. I have a lot of passions, and they kind of all correlate one with the other. I mean, I've always been big into music, obviously for obvious reasons. My mom being a jazz singer, my dad being a musical producer. I've always been really into theater and cinema because my granddad was a very famous actor back home in Portugal, José Viana, and it's a very artsy family, so I always loved that. I love football. Football and basketball are my two main sports. Those are the ones that I follow. I practice both of them. I play both of them. So yeah, and then to be able to see your own country win the Euros, something that I've always dreamt of. I traveled to Paris to watch the final in the stadium, and it was one of the most remarkable experiences that I've ever had. Nothing can really top the Euro 2016.
How was it living in Stockholm?
Stockholm was pretty cool. I lived there for nearly 2 years. It was great leaving the tube station and just listening to Portuguese all over the place, which was quite interesting. It's not like I made a lot of friends in Stockholm. I mean, I have a lot of Portuguese friends. It's such a small country that you end up having loads of friends in common. But most of my Portuguese friends are actually quite spread all over London. I love to sort of advocate for everything that is Portuguese, be it in sports, any part of culture, arts, whatever. I remember when I came to CNN, some people would tease me saying like, oh, the Portuguese are a bit lazy, stuff like that. And they're not, because they work a lot. They give everything, be it in journalism or whatever area that is, even if it's just like working at a counter of a store. They're here because they have a purpose, they have a reason, and they're giving all they can give to be good at what they do. So I think that image, as I was saying, that perception has changed quite a lot. I was one of the first Portuguese to come into CNN. Now it's like 9 of us, and every single Portuguese working at that company is highly valued as someone who is super professional, competent, creative, hardworking, all that stuff. So quite proud of that, actually.